With a yo-ho-ho, it's Tale of the Toaster, and happy 15th anniversary to Inazuma 11, the series that has brought us all together. We can hopefully have another 15 years of football because we have a new game coming out, and there has been news today on Inazuma 11 Victory Road, the game that should hopefully be releasing this year, but perhaps we'll get some more information on that as I check out the news. First, while I look at this commemorative piece of artwork for Inazuma's 15th anniversary, some main characters from all over the place. Good to see Falco getting involved. 30-second update on the channel before we move on to the game. Hope you've all been enjoying the month of shorts so far. I have been releasing a new YouTube short every single day over the course of August, so be sure to check out the shorts tab if you haven't already. The plan was to release some full-length videos throughout the month as well, but I've had a little bit of trouble in that basically say goodbye to this background because in 2 months I'm going to have to move. So at the moment I'm trying to frantically render a load of level 99 videos that I've already recorded and trying to finish off the Chronostones topics guide while we've still got the time, because there will come a period in October where I probably won't have access to my PC until I've finished moving house. So I'm going to try and make some content, but it's been a little bit harder. But fortunately, this is a pretty easy one. So great to see that artwork for the 15th anniversary. That's all official artwork, but I know that some fan art will get its time in the spotlight a little bit later too. All in chronological order. Weird seeing Ares is that long ago when we're going around the wheel, like Ares still feels new to me. But let's have a look at the development blog for this update of Victory Road, because it seems like a fairly substantial update in terms of our learnings. So this is the plan for long-term play. He wants you to get online and ranked. It's basically going to be FIFA. Shall I move the face cam over here? We're learning OBS on the fly just for this video, basically, but let's have a look. So I'm told there's going to be new mechanics, but it does need to feel Inazuma-y. So when they went for the fresh restart of the gameplay, they made this conscious choice. Ricardo in the Orion kit is a clever sight. So he wants to balance player data, luck and skill in a way that maybe competitive Go Galaxy doesn't quite at the moment. That's mainly just strength of data. Formations. Systemized version of the scramble for the ball that occurs in real soccer. I think this is going to be a bit much to digest at the moment, but we've got the general stuff. We've got changing the offensive and defensive in front of goal. It's basically switching what player you might be able to be controlling at any one moment. What they're doing with the scramble sounds interesting. I do have an English thread open by Darts as well, which might put it slightly more into our language. So I'll have a look at that. You can check out the new game system on August 31st, where it will be playable at Tokyo Games Show. I'll probably have a new video on that date as well, reacting to whatever news has come out at that time. Shame I can't just go to Tokyo Game Studios, but you know, August 31st for the next update, that is only 9 days away. So look forward to that. V-Plan, they want to make it long time playable, which will basically mean a lot of DLC updates and online rankings, is my understanding. New mode is Victory Road, so you can participate in the football frontier, of course, but this means, I guess, rather than it being an in-game football frontier, it's a online football frontier containing actual other humans where you're not guaranteed to win simply by progressing the story. It takes place in seasons, scheduled 2 to 3 months. So it'll be a bit like Mario Tennis Open, basically. Except hopefully people will continue to play it. Or when people stop playing it, that's when I bust out the clickbait title and say, I won the football frontier. I'm not sure I could quite get that far. I've seen the Strikers World Cup. I know how serious people can get. But you need to collect seasonal characters. So I guess this might even go down the SD route of having lots of variants of certain characters to fit different themes. It's pretty relevant considering what the month of shorts has been about. But seasonal players who come in as freshmen because sophomores, basically last year students, become juniors there. Right. So a seasonal player can be used for 3 seasons and then they graduate. And occasionally people like Jude and Sean will appear during the season, but you can't keep them forever. The main characters now have voices given, and Haruendo, the descendant of Mark Evans, will hopefully have a nice Mark Evans-y voice. That's all in Japanese, of course, but we'll get the English voices when we hear them. Clearly they've only just picked the Japanese voices in the first place. Even Incarnation is installed. I'm told that this is one that's a little hard to understand, and I may need to check some translations, but stuff like Miximax and Armified Fighting Spirits is not going to be there in the game, seemingly, but at the launch stage they plan to install up to Incarnation, whatever that is, so I'll check the translated thread on that one. But honestly, Victory Road, please don't have Miximax and Fighting Spirits and Armed and Totems. Overrides, maybe. We can give that one a go for the first time, but it's the first Inazuma game in 10 years. Please, let's just do away with the gimmicks. And maybe that's what Incarnation means, gimmicks. Let's just not have them. Let's have a game where we play football. That's what I want, please. Tokyo Game Show. I wonder if TXM will actually manage to make it there. I can't because, like I said, I'm moving house. But we have new artwork of the characters. This is one of our defenders, Kisoji Heita. The forward Shinohara having art for the first time. Tanuki, who couldn't make it to my Hunger Games video, that's cameo. And the kit, including the goalkeeper. It's the most different kit we've ever had. Like, it's not yellow, because it's not Ryman, obviously, but I'm a fan of this. I'll need to get the cosplay pre-ordered ASAP. And then this guy is the new character, and he's implied to be a descendant of an existing character, but they don't tell you which, because they want you to try and figure it out. And you know what? I really can't. A lot of people have been saying Lucia from the Ray Dark and Paolo Bianchi plot because blonde hair and green eyes, but Lucia doesn't even have a surname, so if it was Lucia they could just kind of, I don't know, tell you the character's name at that point. Dr. Cryptix has had a few shouts from Chronostones because blonde hair, and he looks kind of like he's wearing the time bands on his feet. He's generally quite techy in the design. I like that theory. It could just be somebody important, like Axel Blaze just happens to have a son who doesn't really look like him. It kind of looks to me a bit like Vanyamano, which is definitely the wrong answer, because that's not even an Inazuma character, but it would be funny. And out of the main characters, I guess he's most like Arian, but surely Arian would be too young to have a kid the same age as Mark Evans' son, so that seems kind of impossible. But no solid guesses, but that's kind of a good thing, because it may be a surprise when it comes out. And August 31st will be the day we get the information. Now, this is an image rather than a video. It just shows Ricardo and Sanford in a blocking and dribbling scenario. But look at the official art. Official art for every character in-game that we can just rip straight out of the data. Brilliant. Let me see some high-quality Ozrock. Who will have a voice, because apparently all 4,500 characters are going to be voiced, is what I've read somewhere. That might be a part of the Twitter thread released by the Level 5 ambassadors. So Pega-chan is one of those who's released some additional information. So these are all tweets that came out before the development blog that were unleashed as a teaser, and then from this point onwards we have some additional information. So in September is when we'll get an actual trailer to show what the cutscenes and gameplay are going to look like. So that'll come out in August, and Hino says that's what we'll be perhaps most looking forward to. This is a big ass tweet. Thanks Twitter Blue for that one. I suppose this is just transcribing the blog. And then until now, if you ran out of TP, you wouldn't be able to hit a special move, so you had to put your favourite character on the bench. In this game, I wanted to emphasise the importance of showing the charm of the character, so I made it like this, which is a tension gauge instead of TP to perform special moves, and it's shared by the team rather than individual players. That's an interesting way of doing things. And if you win battles, the tension gauge will go up. It's kind of like restoring your MP in Smash Brothers when you're playing hero. Get some damage in, and then you'll restore your PP to do moves. So you're kind of trying to build up the gauge over the course of the match, and then you can use your special moves. So that also means you can't just take one character and spam them down the pitch with 4 like cheap dribbles in a row and then do a shot or anything armor-fied fighting spirit. It makes you think more about when you're going to use a special move, and that's probably for the best. I guess it'll be a little bit closer to Strikers in that sense, which I've still never played, but I'll learn on the fly. And the scramble situation, in the past it was random whether to hold the ball or pass after winning. I didn't know it was actually random for sure. I always, when I'm playing Galaxy level 99 routes, I'm relying on that randomness for the scramble. Because my players are obviously usually so outclassed that the only way I feel I can win is on that random chance. I didn't know it was actually random though. So that's good information on the previous games, and now that's also going away. So you now choose to hold or pass the ball, but there'll be a little bit more competition around it and around action-oriented strategies. So cool. What's next? So Incarnation is confirmed to appear in the latest work. We're considering Miximax, Armorfied and Soul after launch, but it may be different from Go. To that consideration, I would say consider not doing it, maybe. I guess for the sake of making it the most complete Inazuma game we've ever had that includes a bit of everything, it might be good to have it in there just stuffed away as an option for single player only, but I don't want to see that online. I don't want to see it when I'm playing multiplayer with TXM, and definitely don't want to see it in the story. I guess maybe put it in after launch just so we can, you know, take screenshots of the characters using the armorfied stuff, but I'd want it to be hidden away if it's in there. But for when the game releases, it won't be there, so that's what we know. And the voice will be added to the main character's special moves. Those that cannot record voices may change voice actors, and mob characters will only be shouts. So that's what we were wondering before they confirmed all 4,000 characters will be back. It's like, well, how can we officiate that if they're going to have voice acting? Because you can't make a voice clip for every move in the game with every character. But yeah, if they're unimportant, they'll just have shouts, and that makes sense. And it means when we're using the important characters, we can really enjoy hearing them. But it's going to make this game a heck of a work to translate. If you want a voice actor level 5, I do a good British accent. I can do the Liverpool as well if Jade Green's going to be back. I'm a little bit ill, so I can't actually do that too much right now. Also, I think what this saying is move manuals, there'll never be a case where there's only one in the game. It's not saying that they're going to be infinitely usable like Pokemon Black and White. It means you would still have to get another manual, but there's none that you can only have once. So I like the sound of that. Is this the same tweet? Yes, it is. So Incarnation really is just their word for the gimmicks by the sounds of it. So Victory Road is the online mode, separate to story mode, where you're playing as the new characters, and Chronicle mode, where you're having fun with all the old characters of the past. So won't go too far into this, because this is one where we'll just kind of figure it out on the fly when we're in the game. That's my alarm, just in case I overslept until 11. I did try and set alarms for the 4 a.m. Information reveal, and I completely failed to get up for it. But Cool. I'll have a read of my good friend Darts' thread just in case he can add any extra context. He's a native English and Japanese speaker and French as well. And oh no, oh whoa, wait a minute, are you sure? So no spirits armed, no Miximax, no souls totems until later, but they're gonna have the fighting spirits from Go? That's the worst case scenario. You either have no gimmicks or all of them, so they at least balance each other out. Go 1 was the worst game because it had fighting spirits and they were really boring to use and they were totally overpowered and you were reliant on them to make, oh, please make them as buried as possible within the game. I don't want them. I don't want to be too negative in this news update, but that means I am going to have to hope for armorified fighting spirits, because if they're already putting the fighting spirits in there by default, mate, Hino, I know you're worried about disappointing people by not including certain stuff, but honestly, this is one we could have let it go. Alright, well, he wants it to last 3 to 5 years, and I'll be there for those 3 to 5 years, and we'll get a proper trailer in 9 days' time, so I'm sure I'll make an update on that again. But for now, we'll close things out with the celebratory community-made celebration anniversary video featuring a whole load of fan art that's been submitted. I'm told there's plenty of copyrighted music, but I'll just try and talk over it as best I can. Let's make myself a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's the actual intro scenes, but we get the Go Galaxy official art. Then again, it really has evolved a lot for the new games. Now we're getting to the fan art. Oh, I love the 3DS in the background. I've obviously been dodging spoilers on Twitter all day, but I still feel like if any of my friends had gotten their artwork submitted into this, then I probably would have heard about it. So I'm not expecting to just see one of my pals turn up, despite I know that many of them did make their best efforts to submit something. I can't read the words on what's being said right now, of course, but it's nice to get isolated versions of the official art for the Ares characters in this, because this is still going to be their very first game, and that includes Aiden Frost slipping in there. I should be more bothered about the fan art, but I just love seeing the official artwork slip in every now and again. But yeah, some of these absolutely are really... Yes! We've got Grotly Pugwash getting into the celebration. What a brilliant turn of events. Is that one official as well? That one felt really different. Very good gritty art style. It's like trying to make it Mario Strikers style, but now we've got our Go characters. Here's Bylong making his appearance. Sky Blue gets some involvement. Somebody cared enough, bless him. Ade Gebe makes his appearance. I wish I could listen with the music in there properly, but you know what? This is exactly what we wanted to see. I thought it would just probably be a Twitter thread, to be honest. This is all official that's appearing right now. But no, to get it edited into a proper video. I've not seen that artwork of the Earth Infinity before, actually. There's his fighting spirit that we know will be back in Victory Road. I really, really thought we were going to go for a cultural reset and do away with them, like the plan for the Ares game. But that's some really nice artwork of Tezcat and Bylong getting in there with Chuga Liang. You love to see it. Sky Blue's had another chance to make an appearance. The Go ones, I feel like I have the strongest reaction when seeing Go stuff, even if I don't like Season 3 is my favourite entry in the series. It's like that. It's everyone's favourite, you know. But stuff like Chrono Stones and Galaxy, not everyone agrees that they are some of the best. Hey, I've never seen the bottom half of that artwork. I've seen him in an official poster, but he's kind of cropped off. And there's the 10th anniversary of Go artwork. Crazy to think we're now at the 15th anniversary of the whole series. You know, I got into this series in 2011. when literally the day or the first couple of days that the English game released. Oh, look at this. Ichihoshi's gotten some in there as well. Do you want to tell us his English name while we're at it? Yeah, I bought the English release of the game as soon as it was available and never looked back. So for me, that was about 12 years ago, 2011. But for fans in Japan, they've been at it since 2009. Like, I do know my one friend Tatsunami has been there since the very, very beginning, so she'll be enjoying the 15th anniversary. There's Jordan's mud sweep artwork, getting ever so slightly upscaled. Darren's got his own piece, and he's got another one where there's loads of... Mate, this is Darren LeChance's day. Let's go Tachimukai. Fantastic. Oh, and some scouts getting in there as well, and members of a cult. Well, this is the perfect thing for the 15th anniversary. Alongside, by the way, what Inazuma Perfect Picks is going to be doing. When you do see his covers of his multi-language covers of the opening theme release, I helped out a lot with that one. I might even upload it onto my own YouTube channel after it's done the rounds on Twitter, but keep an eye out for that because that's kind of my 15th anniversary celebration a little bit later on, alongside watching this. I'd love to listen to Reasoning V3 right now, but this is an Inazuma 11 stream. But we'll give that a like, and I would leave it a comment, but I can't because they're turned off. So that is it for today's reaction then. This has been really exciting, and to know that there's going to be a potentially even bigger one in 9 days' time, just after the anniversary and before the demo comes out, that's going to be brilliant. So I've been TaleOfTheToaster. Enjoy the shorts. I'll try and make some more content in the meantime, and I'll see you in 9 days' time to react to some more news. Bye now.